Welcome back to Make Firewood. Adam here. We had a pretty good holiday weekend, and what you saw was me just filling 2 squares that were empty. But the main thing I got to do today is fill these racks, so we have wood to bring over to fill the squares. This is probably the 3rd time that we're gonna fill both these racks just this week with our campfire wood. This is what we have left of campfire wood out here by the road. Been throwing bigger stuff off to the side for our face cord rack. But we were talking the other day if we're gonna have enough campfire wood for the rest of the year, and we'll find out. But it's getting down there. If we keep having weeks like this, which is nothing to complain about. But this is our pile of ash and maple. Looks like a big vein of maple right here. So right now I gotta fill these racks up, see if I have time to do the other thing I wanted today, and see where we get. Alright, both racks are full. Didn't take too long to do that. Been making this basket full of shorter pieces. Don't have very many customers that ask for them, but we have 1 or 2 once in a while. So at least we have some they ask for it for those solo campfire places. That's what this one looks like. So now on to the main thing that I wanted to try today. I have to grab the skid steer, come over here and grab this, our rack. Let me get this down and set up, and then we'll talk about that more. Okay, so I got our wood cutting rack out here. We use this for smaller logs that we can place in by hand usually. And then every slit here we got measured out for 16 inches. So we cut with the chainsaw through here. Here, and out here we gotta go a little bit past here to make 16 inches. So the idea I had, we have this rack here full of longer oak from that pile of stuff we had processed back in February. And these are all a little bit longer. 8. So yeah, that's like 2.5 inches longer. So what I was thinking is if we could take this and somehow put it in there, line it up like so, and then cut the extra off. Just put a whole bunch in here. Put a whole stack in that one. And maybe fill a couple of these up so we can do multiple at once. That's about 8. Yeah, these are 2 inches long. The problem I'm seeing is cutting in here and them wanting to jump around and not want to cut nice. So I was thinking maybe wrapping a strap around it to hold it down, to hold it to this, to keep it from jumping around. Once I get them to 16, I'll throw them in this rack, and I think I'll go grab a strap, load these up, and see how it works. Alright, so I got these 4 squares filled, and you can see that they're a little bit longer than we'd like. We don't have any customers that really want the long stuff, so we gotta cut this down. You can see better on these back ones. Up tight against here, and then usually try to cut right down the middle of this. You can see it's a good 2 inches longer than we would like. These are all tight. So I think I'm gonna go get that strap, or 2 straps, and see if I can get these strapped down tight enough where they don't jump around on us. I threw the strap on. I had around the 2x4 here. I mean, they still tighten down. This one's loose, but got one back here too, down the middle. Only one way to find out if this actually works or not. Let me go get the saw and give it a try. Looks like it worked pretty good. Got them closer to 16 inches now. So I'm gonna get these out of here and put some more in and keep going at it. Oh, that's all the long ones I had. Actually didn't work too bad. Wasn't perfect, but a couple of them didn't have the strap on it, so they wanted to pop up, but they stayed where they needed to. These are some of the chunks that I cut off. You know, that's a good 2-3 inches. We don't need to be giving people too long of ones. Bunch there, and all these fell down in there. Yeah. Then I just stacked them in another rack. So that's it for today. Yeah, not too bad of a day. Get that done. That was all long stuff from getting it processed back in February. So thanks for watching.